Are you familiar with the classic WrestleMania theme song? Have you ever heard that?
If I have, it's been a long time.
It's like the classic. It's like so 80s and cheesy. They used it from like WrestleMania 1 to like WrestleMania, I want to say like 13, right before the Attitude Era started. And it was back in the era where wrestling themes were just on the nose. Like the lyrics were literally just telling you what the guy was.
Yeah.
And it's so cheesy, it's perfect. It's like an 80s pop song, and the lyrics are just, hey, hey, it's WrestleMania. And they would say it like 3 minutes long of that. It's hilarious.
You know what's better than that, though?
What?
You know.
Oh, no.
Come on.
I don't know.
It's the best theme song in professional wrestling.
The glass shattering.
No.
Oh, it's not.
Mm-mm.
What is it?
Something, something, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah. Adrenaline in my soul. Something, something, Cody Rhodes.
I tell you, the first place I heard that was on the Something to Wrestle podcast.
Yes.
They asked Pritchard to do the song, and he was like, all right. And he said that, and I about fell out of my chair laughing, dude.
That's such a good listen. Hopefully we can at least reach some wrestling fans with this one. So,
well, let's get into it. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Ever since I was a little bitty boy, I wanted to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to be a law enforcement officer. Treat other people like you'd want to be treated. Try to walk the straight and narrow, because that's the only way you're going to survive in this life.
Who will survive? Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
welcome in to Press Box After Dark. We are doing a bonus episode because it is a special time of year for at least two of us on the podcast. It is WrestleMania week. Me and Jordan are here on this bonus episode of Press Box After Dark podcast. We are going to do something that me and him have talked about a long time since we actually started doing this podcast, which was talking some wrestling on this podcast. And unfortunately, the other three members of our podcast aren't wrestling fans, but luckily for me, Jordan is. And so we are going to break down the WrestleMania 41 card, give you our predictions real quick here, and we're going to get this posted right before night one of WrestleMania 41 live from Las Vegas. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I feel the need to preface this with, like, Hunter's much more of an avid wrestling fan than I am. I would consider myself much more of a casual fan, but, you know, I keep up with, you know, the main storylines and the matches and stuff like that. So I don't know how much knowledge I'm going to be able to drop, but I'll at least try for some.
No, I think you're going to be fine because I think that one of the things that we hit off on like really quickly when we met each other at Abilene Christian was I think pretty quickly we discovered that we were both wrestling fans, and we just immediately started talking wrestling. And it's like kind of like a different language when wrestling fans meet each other and they're like, oh, yeah, did you know this? Or like, oh, that's your favorite match? Or, oh, that dude's not good. Why do you like him? It's just stuff like that.
Sporkle quizzes until wee hours of the morning.
Exactly. So I want to do a quick, you said you had a quick question for me, and I got a quick question for you. So I'll go first, and then we'll get into night one, and then we'll go to night two.
Okay.
My first WrestleMania that I watched live, because I've seen every WrestleMania post, but the first one that I watched live in the moment was WrestleMania 22. I was very much in my big time, like early elementary. This is the highlight of my year watching WrestleMania 22. John Cena, Triple H, Edge, and Mick Foley in a hardcore match. The spear through the flaming table. It is honestly one of my favorite spots I've ever seen in my entire life of wrestling. So that was my first WrestleMania I watched live. I want to know, what is the first WrestleMania you watched live, or have you ever watched one live?
I don't think I've ever actually watched one on pay-per-view, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
Because I wasn't, quote-unquote, allowed to watch wrestling as a kid.
Right.
So even when my brothers would get it and stuff, I wasn't really allowed to watch it. But, yeah, I mean, I keep up with it pretty good, especially in the world we live in with Twitter and everything else.
Yeah.
I'll throw one out for you. The Triple H and Undertaker match with Michaels as the ref.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people say that the match itself wasn't that great. Man, to me, '90s kid, that's absolutely the match that comes to mind at WrestleMania for me.
It has the greatest false finish of all time.
That it does.
Because you have Shawn getting hit by Taker, and then he's contemplating being a bad referee, and then he super kicks Taker into the pedigree, and then goes straight into the count, and it's almost a fast count, and then Taker kicks out at the literal last second.
Yes.
And at that moment, I'm pretty sure every fan was like, "This is how it ends. Why are they doing this?"
And you know what? Would have been a better way to end the streak than what they actually did. Just saying.
I know that's another. We're going to do another wrestling podcast for another time, but that's one thing that I would love to discuss because I think the older I get as a wrestling fan, the more I look back on some things that I hated in the moment. But I'm like, I see what they were going for, and I appreciate it more now than I did then.
I will never appreciate them making the streak end to Brock Lesnar.
I will say this though, my WrestleMania favorite match of all time has definitely changed a bunch over the years, and now I'm firmly in saying that my favorite WrestleMania match of all time is Austin versus Brett at 13, the double turn.
Yeah,
because
that's what made Stone Cold at that point.
Yeah, I think the older I get, the more I appreciate Bret Hart. Because when I was little, I was more of a Shawn Michaels guy, and I was like, Bret stinks, he's boring. And then the older I get, I'm like, golly, that dude could wrestle a broomstick, and it's entertaining. He's
beautiful
so
wrestler, awful at all the other aspects of the business.
No, he cuts a great heel promo. I disagree there. No, he's such a good heel. He is such a good heel. Okay, well, obviously you can tell me and Jordan. I'm 30. Jordan is now 35, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, but I grew up at the back end of the Attitude Era, and then I caught all the Ruthless Aggression into the PG era, into the birth of the WWE Network, and now into this modern era of WWE. So we've been at it a long time, as most wrestling fans have, and so I'm very excited for this WrestleMania, especially for night 2 and what's going to happen in the main event when we get there. But let's go ahead and let's break down match by match, give our predictions here for what we think is going to happen, and kind of what we're looking forward to at WrestleMania 41. On the jump, I will say this: I'm not as excited for the whole show as I was for last year's show.
See, I beg to differ, and
really,
I don't get super excited. Like, I'm not the guy that marks the calendar for WrestleMania, but top to bottom, man, I think this is a pretty good card. And actually, when we get there, I've got a hot take for you on one of these matches that I'm not sure you're going to love.
Okay, let's jump right into it. So we are going off of what the projected match order is. We know the main events for night 1, and we know the main event for night 2. So obviously we'll touch on those last. But let's start with a match that I'm not super excited about, but I am interested to see what happens because I think I know what's going to happen. For the WWE Tag Team titles to kick off night 1, again, allegedly, it's going to be the War Raiders defending against the New Day, the heel New Day. Jordan, what do you think about this?
I wasn't sure they could do the heel thing, but they're doing it to perfection, man. It's so good. It's so good.
It's a different way, too, because people forget that the New Day were heels when they started.
Yes.
Because the whole group started with Xavier Woods going to Vince McMahon and saying, I bet I can get them to boo Kofi Kingston. And then Vince was like, there's no way you can make them boo Kofi Kingston.
But then they went to the trombone and they're wearing the unicorn on the head, and people have forgotten that. But they've pulled it off exceptionally well, man.
Bootios, don't forget Bootios now.
Who could forget?
Who could forget Bootios? So what are you thinking? Do you think the War Raiders retain, or are you going to go with the New Day?
Listen, I'm going to take the New Day. If you're gonna kick off a 2-day event and you want your fans to be excited and in it every match along the way, what better way to get heel New Day the titles? I'm taking the New Day.
I'm riding with you because here's the thing about my WrestleMania predictions every year when I do them either with friends or in my head. It's like you have to ride the roller coaster because they're telling a story and you gotta hit your high points and you also got to hit your low points. I think they're going to kick you in the nuts to get started, and I think heel New Day is going to get the win over the War Raiders right here to kick us off.
I do too.
Yep.
And they're going to get booed out of the building, and it's going to be awesome.
Also, Austin Creed, Xavier Woods, whatever he wants to go by, he's a fantastic dude. Follow him on YouTube if you haven't seen his stuff on Up, Up, Down, Down. It's really, really good. I've been watching him since his TNA days when he was Consequentious Creed doing the Apollo Creed gimmick. It was fantastic. Really, really good wrestler. Really, really good dude. That dude's awesome. I'd love to meet him one day. So, according to Wikipedia, again, probably not the best source in the world. Following up that tag team title match, we have a singles match between Rey Mysterio, still going strong at God knows how old he is, against the brand new luchador El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable.
Brand new and luchador, both in quotes there.
How many times in our lifetimes, Jordan, has wrestling done it's a new superstar under a mysterious mask and they don't change anything? I love that gimmick.
I tell you what, I'm glad they at least put this guy in a full mask. The Hogan bit where you could still see the mustache.
Mr. America.
It's so bad.
That was so bad. That one's bad. The Miz did it once. He was like the Canada Kid one time.
The John Cena thing. So bad. So
my
bad.
favorite one, it was Brian Pillman did it once as Yellow Dog, I think is what he was. So bad. What do you think of this Lucha Libre storyline? I have some thoughts on it later for night 2, but do you think Chad Gable, aka El Grande Americano, gets a win here over Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, it feels like they've really been pushing him, and Mysterio is one of those guys. He's just such a good part for the business. I think this is his put over Gable match. This one might put Gable a little more toward the top of the card, but I think that they're going to do that too. I think that a lot of fans want to see him win, although they wouldn't admit to wanting to see him win. So yes, I am going to take El Grande Americano.
I think I want to go your way, but I think I have a different theory. I think I'm actually going to back Mysterio here and take Rey. Okay. And here's my reasoning before. So Rey Fenix, the brother of Penta, just debuted a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. Right. I think that if Rey wins here, there's a way to keep this El Grande Americano thing going and let Rey Fenix take a shot at him at the next pay-per-view, or let that kind of keep going into it. Because obviously Rey Fenix, a lot of people will compare him to Mysterio, Penta as well. Yeah. But I think also, too, it's good to see Rey win at Mania. So I'm going to go Mysterio here over El Grande Americano. Chad Gable, if you're listening. What a thing. A rare women's match next without a title on the line, which I personally love that the women are getting multiple feuds that are very intriguing.
Was this added after KO got hurt?
No, it was not. I think it was already planned because night 2 is a lot shorter. So I think they're probably going to do a mystery opponent for Orton to get Orton on the card at some point, I'm thinking. So, but no, this was planned. It's been a good storyline as well. Jade Cargill, AEW alum, I guess, if you want to call her that, versus Naomi in a singles match.
Yeah, they're pushing her to the moon, man. It's Jade Cargill.
It is. I love the storyline though, because I mean the attack and then the betrayal. Because when Jade came out at Elimination Chamber and beat the crap out of Naomi, it was awesome. It was fantastic. Jade is, like you said, they're pushing her to the moon. Mm-hmm. I could only dream of having muscles like that. She's freaking.
She's cut from marble, man.
She is a freaking stud. I mean, awesome.
There are two types of people in this world: the people that adamantly maintain their diet and exercise, and then us. Yeah. She's in the first category.
She is. She's in the first category. Now, I think they've been building Jade Cargill up for a while.
Yes.
And I think this is her launching point of the push.
I also think that the more AEW people that come over, the more WWE wants to stick it to them and say, listen, this is what you could have had if you'd have used these people right. So I feel like it's Cargill for a while.
I do think so. I agree with that as well. I do. I really do like her, though. She's really, really good.
The next one that I'm looking at looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, my God. Does this one look fun? For the U.S. title, LA Knight taking on Jacob Fatu of the Bloodline, who won an incredible last man standing match against Braun Strowman to earn this spot. I think I know where I'm going easily. I want to know where your head's at on this one.
I'll tell you where I'm going. LA Knight. Nope. That's Jacob Fatu.
He swerved. He swerved us. Oh my God, he swerved. Yeah, no, this is Jacob Fatu's night, man. This dude is it's so impressive, but it's so scary what this dude can do in a wrestling ring. He's so good.
Well, and they dropped him right in the middle of the bloodline stuff right away. And
Mhm.
like, I'm not a crazy fan of just continuing to beat the bloodline story, but man, he's been good, dude.
He's so
He's
good.
been very, very good. To me, he's been better than Tonga. He's been better than any of the rest of them.
He's probably the best one outside. Obviously, you have Roman, and then I think it's a close tie for second between Jay and Sokoa, and then I think Fatu. But I think Fatu could surpass those two and be the
Yeah,
second
but to,
best of
to
the
come in and
bloodline.
just be dropped right in the middle of the biggest storyline in the business and just be able to run with it, man,
Yeah, yeah.
they're going to put the U.S. belt on him on
Yeah,
Friday night.
for sure.
Saturday night.
When I say of the bloodline, I mean the people that have been actively involved with the bloodline. I'm not going to sit there and put the Rock's in the bloodline, but he's not in the bloodline. Kind of,
Well,
and
for
he's
that, we could do a 3-hour podcast.
exactly. So yeah, the bloodline storyline started back in forever ago.
No love for Sami Zayn, huh?
No love for the honorary Oos. No, somebody that I feel kind of bad for in the situation is LA Knight because I don't know where he goes from here.
No, me neither.
Because like I feel like his opportunity when he was literally the hottest guy in the company, Reigns was still in that mega run, and you were getting to Cody, and so it's like I feel like he was just a product that was at the wrong time. Like I think he could have been done gangbusters as a world champ, but I just think it was the wrong time because you had to get to Cody beating Reigns. And
Right.
so he was just the byproduct of that. And so I don't really know where he goes from here. I could be wrong as a wrestling fan because obviously it's all opinion based. It's all storyline. You don't know. But I mean, yeah, I hate that for LA Knight because I do like the dude. But I do think Jacob Fatu is going to run through him like a freaking train.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This next one's got some heat to it, and I can't wait
A
for
lot
this
of heat.
one.
Real life
A lot
heat.
of heat. A lot of heat. This is for the women's title. This is Tiffany Stratton against the Women's Royal Rumble winner for 2025, Charlotte Flair. Who, buddy? Did you see? I know you saw the promo off between her and
The
Stratton.
off script promo.
Oh my god!
Good stuff, man.
So,
Listen, the wrestling podcasts that I listen to, what they always say is if you put two people in the ring that have real life disdain for each other,
mm,
it translates in the ring like magic.
oh yeah,
And that's very much the case with Charlotte Flair and fill in the blank competitor.
oh 100%.
Everyone hates her.
Yes, 100%. It's so good. It's so she is so good, but the amount of just you can just feel it amongst the other wrestlers too. You can just feel it, and it just makes it real. I think that's why you had these rivalries like Shawn and Brett were just so good because they just hated each other, and it was so good. These two, they do not like each other,
No.
and if they do like each other, then they are damn good actors. Because
Yeah.
I think they hate each other. This
Me
is
too.
big. Here's the thing to me. I'll go first on this one because I have a take here.
Okay.
Charlotte is the female, not Undertaker, but like Undertaker was the attraction, right?
Right?
He didn't need the belt to draw money.
Correct.
Charlotte, in my opinion, has gotten to that point. I do think they wasted the Rumble win on her, but I think the purpose of her winning the Rumble was for Tiffany Stratton to finally be shot off into the atmosphere as this is our next superstar, is what
Here's
I
a
think.
question. How many title reigns does Charlotte have at this point?
Dude, I don't know.
She's gonna pass her dad at some point, right?
No, I think she's probably going to set the women's record, though, because, I mean, there's no way they're going to give her 16 world title runs.
I don't know, dude.
I don't think so. I mean, she's up there in age too, so I don't think so.
So you're taking Stratton on this one?
I'm taking Tiffany Stratton. I think this is her jumping point to put her into the next stratosphere. Because when you go back and watch that promo when they're going at each other, the fans, I feel like, are siding with Tiff.
Yeah, dude, they are, and the
And
fans have hated Charlotte for a long time.
And Tiffy time has been cheered no matter what they want to. You're supposed to boo her. The fans love her. You're supposed to cheer. The fans love her even more. Like, she's over, and I think this is her moment
I
of
am
boom.
also
It's
going
going.
to take Tiffy time. That is so far we've only disagreed on one match, and that last one right there is the first title retained that we have so far.
I think so. Because here's the thing, though, is that so far in my predictions, I think you're probably going the same way here. Is like, I'm trying to pick all these people that have all this momentum that they can jump off onto. Like,
Yeah,
the
it's
New
about
Day.
to get real interesting trying to pick some of the rest of these.
I know, the New Day, Jacob Fatu, Tiffany Stratton. I think all these people have that momentum that's going to, if they win this big match here at Mania, it's going to carry them on going into SummerSlam.
Let's get to that world title match.
Semi-main on night one, allegedly. It is going to go on second to last night one. I'm pretty sure no matter what changes on the card here. It is Gunther against Jey Uso, the winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble, an honorary yeet for our guy Jey Uso. I want to hear your thoughts on this. You're not a big Jey Uso guy.
Not a big Jey Uso guy. I don't get the bit. Gunther, to me, has become one of the biggest names in the business, promo and in ring. But just because I don't get Jey Uso doesn't mean I can argue that he is the single most over dude in the business. Vegas is a Jey Uso type of town. They're going to put the belt on Jey Uso in Vegas. Absolutely.
100%. And I'll explain my reasoning for why Jey Uso is getting this belt in a little bit, but I'm going to side with you right now. And the only thing I'll say is this: a lot of people critique his in-ring work, and a lot of people are saying that he's a catchphrase. I don't think so. I think he's really good. I don't think he's obviously elite in the ring, but
That's
I mean,
the recipe in that business, man.
100%. It is. It's 100%. You got to be good at all things, and he is good at all things. He's not great at one thing.
How many wrestlers, wrestling aside, how many wrestlers have they slapped a little one-word catchphrase on and said, "Oh, just ride this for the rest of your career"? Ric Flair's "woo," Daniel Bryan's "yes." I mean, there's been a million of those.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's what? He didn't even need it, and still,
right.
and people will still what 20 years later. So,
like if you can get a catchphrase over, you're made. And I mean, Jey Uso is the single most over guy in the business.
Yep. I mean, we missed LA Knights. Yeah. I mean,
right. I mean, there's a million of them.
Yeah, it's a million of them. I think he wins it, and so that brings us into the main event of night one. God, this is going to be. I don't even know what's going to happen. I have my prediction, but I can't wait to watch this one. Roman Reigns, CM Punk with Paul Heyman in his corner, and Seth Rollins in a triple threat. Oh my God, Jordan! It's been such a wild road to get to this match for these three guys. I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
Man, what makes a good match to me at a main event like this is, do you buy the storyline, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have bought Roman versus Punk. I have bought Roman versus Rollins. I've bought Rollins versus Punk. I love this top to bottom. To me, this is the best match on either night of the card. This is also, because of that, the hardest match to pick of any on the card. And I go back and forth between all three of them, but there's no possible way that they're putting Punk in his first main event and letting him lose. There's just no way they're doing it, right?
I have a theory.
I have a theory for all three of them to be able to win.
I do.
Before you say it, let me write down. Let me solidify a pick so that I don't copy your answer here.
Okay, solidify a pick.
My initial thought was Rollins is going to win it.
Okay.
I talked to my brother, and he was like, "I know who's not winning it. Rollins is for sure going to take the pin, but it's going to be Roman or Punk. I don't know which one."
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm just not super sure here. And so for that reason, I don't know. And then after Raw last night, like, you kind of lean Roman a little bit. I don't know, man. Punk's got Heyman in his corner. I think that's going to end up being a factor. So I'm going to take Punk, man.
Okay.
But I'm really not sure on this.
I know we are recording this for people listening before the Go Home SmackDown. So if anything changes on the Go Home SmackDown, that could drastically change these picks. I like it. Here's my theory.
Okay.
I'll start with who I think's winning, and then I'll work
Okay.
my way back to my beginning of my theory here. I think Seth Rollins gets the win.
See, I've gone back and forth, man.
And here's why. The build up to this, Rollins has been the guy getting beat.
Yes.
He's lost to Punk twice. And then obviously he won the steel cage match, but it wasn't his doing. It was Roman. So like I think it's Rollins, but here's why I think it's Rollins. I think it's Rollins because I don't think Heyman sides with Punk. I don't think Heyman
See,
sides
I've
with
thought this too,
Reigns.
man.
I think Heyman double crosses both of them, swerves them both, and then sides with Rollins in all of this mess.
When do
And
we
Seth
find out
Rollins,
that Heyman and Rollins are working for The Rock?
probably after the end of night
See,
2.
this is why I want to take Rollins. All right, I'm
No,
changing it. I'm changing it.
you can't change it after I lay out a great theory. You can't
I'm going to stick with Punk, but man, I for all the reasons you just said, have thought Seth Rollins repeatedly.
I just think he's been the fall guy so far, and I just
know.
think that because like here's the thing is that Roman doesn't need it, and I think Punk wants it, but I will give Punk credit. Obviously, he had his locker room issues from AEW, and that's what led him back to WWE. But ever since he's been back in WWE, he's done everything the right way.
Yes.
And what more of a way being a guy that this is probably going to be his only main event in WrestleMania. And a lot of guys in the business, if they're true guys of the business, they're going to want to take their last match laying down. They're not going to want to be right out on the sunset. They're going to want to give it to the next guy. I don't think Rollins needs it, but in the storyline sense of where they're going and where they can finish this thing at, I think Rollins is the best option here.
The history between the three of these guys, man.
It's so good.
It's
just so
this
good.
to me is the best match.
God, it's so good.
But I just went Stratton and I just went Jey Uso, so the thing is all three of these guys are baby faces. There's not really a heel out of this group.
Well, I think your heels are going to come night 2. Let's go ahead.
Right.
I don't know. I could sit here and just I'm gushing.
I'm officially locking in Punk, and you're officially locking in Rollins. But I really, really like the theory.
I can't wait till Roman wins and proves us both wrong.
It's a squash finish. Paul Heyman pins them all.
Oh, that's it. Paul Heyman pins them all. Brock Lesnar comes back. It's a triple threat. It's a fatal 4-way now, and Brock Lesnar hits an F5 on all three of them in 30 seconds. Oh man, that would be awful. The internet rage would be fantastic if that actually happened. All right, we'll go into
recap night 1 real fast.
Yeah, recap night 1 real quick, and we'll jump into night 2.
So War Raiders New Day, we both took New Day. Mysterio and El Grande Americano. You took Mysterio and I took El Grande. Jade Cargill and Naomi, we both went Cargill. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, we both went Fatu. We both took Tiffany Stratton retaining against Charlotte Flair. We both took Jey Uso in the world title match in the main event, which is absolutely insane that there's not a belt on the line for these three dudes.
I know.
But I took I took Punk. You took Rollins, and no one actually. When we were talking earlier about my brother wanted to play, his pick was Roman.
There we go.
The people have spoken. We've got representation in all three corners of that one.
He saved the graphic is what he did.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go on to night 2. Night 2. So, again, we're going off of what the Wikipedia projected card order is going to be. So, it's going to kick off with the women's tag titles on the line. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Bayley and Lara Valkyria. Hate that ring name for her. Sorry. Just hate it. Who you got and why?
Well, the same way, I'm going to flip my logic. The same way they started with the New Day, because that's what's going to get a bigger pop, even though it's titles changing hands on night 1. I'm going to flip and say Liv and Raquel are still champs come Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, see, Bailey and Lyra have been doing that kind of like their frenemies kind of thing. And so I think that it's
Somebody's due for a turn at some point.
exactly. So I don't think they win the belts here. So I'm sticking with you right there. I'm going Liv and Raquel Rodriguez for sure to retain.
I'm kind of surprised at how much we've matched, given how differently we follow this.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not excited about this match at all coming up next. AJ Styles, Logan Paul. I'll give Logan Paul this credit. I don't think there's ever been a celebrity that's been better at taking to professional wrestling so quickly than Logan Paul. The dude is actually a really good professional wrestler. He's an unbelievable heel. Here's my thing, though. I don't like him, so I'm just going to pick AJ Styles.
I had to look this up earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm ashamed to admit that I didn't know this because I should have.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Paul's never lost a singles match at WrestleMania.
Ew.
Is AJ Styles going to make one more big push to try to get back to the top of the card in his big wins against Logan Paul?
No, but I mean, I feel like AJ really hasn't had a good WrestleMania moment.
They're going to put Logan Paul on top in that one, dude.
That's fair.
I don't like it. I want it to be AJ Styles.
I don't hate the logic. I just don't like Logan Paul, and he's doing his job of being a good heel.
I also saw this is like, I think I read it was going to be his 6th match since last WrestleMania.
Who, Paul's?
Yeah.
I mean, he puts his working boots on every single time he
takes any more time off, he's going to have to rename his character The Rock.
Basically.
Oh, I said it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you're taking Styles and I'm taking Logan Paul.
Yep.
And I hate myself for taking Logan Paul because I don't. Who I think is going to win and who I want to win are very different on that match.
Very true. Coming up next, third match. This is my match I'm most excited for outside of the two main events. Fatal 4-way for the IC title: Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom.
I told my brother earlier, I think you could make a case that the main event of night 2 might be the 4th best match on the card.
It depends on if Big Match John shows up or not.
The triple threat that we just talked about on night 1, this one for the Intercontinental Championship, and man, I love Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
That's going to be an absolute hoss fight. It's going to be fun to watch. And hey, don't sleep on Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. They're going to tear it up too.
And if you want like actual tactical wrestling, Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable are going to give it to you.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some very intriguing matches. Obviously, Cena and Cody is the big storyline, but
right.
I think you can make a case that it's the 4th or maybe even 5th best match on the card.
True.
That was my hot take that we talked about at the beginning of the pod.
I do like that. I mean, I don't hate the take. So who you got in this IC title match?
Oh man, this is so good. This is so good. Braun Breaker is still kind of some new blood. Penta is new and the fans are learning to love him already, even though he's kind of another crossover guy. Finn Balor seems like he is always on the edge of breaking through. And Dom, like it or not, he's over too. I think they're going to go Penta.
Damn. That's what I have.
Is that your pick? Really?
That's my pick. So I think when Penta debuted, I think I sent you the video of his debut, and I was like, how much do you know of this guy? And you were like, not much. And I was like,
think my exact response was, what the heck is a Penta?
Oh, that's what it was. I was like, dude, you have got to go watch Penta highlights. This dude, I discovered him the old Lucha Underground days is where I discovered Penta. Yeah. And him and Ray Phoenix both. Unbelievable story, unbelievable workers. And I am so happy for those dudes to get a shot at WWE. Obviously, AEW still, obviously, like, you know, it's the number 2. It's a great company. There's no shame in that at all. But, you know, it's WWE. It's different.
Yeah.
And so, at least in my opinion, it's different. And so to see Penta and to see Ray Phoenix both in WWE and getting a chance to at least do one run there is fantastic. And I think Penta is in the perfect spot in this match because
He is.
I think they are gearing up Braun Breaker to go and be a world killer.
I do
And
too.
I can't wait for it. I've never seen somebody run the ropes with so much violence that it scares me.
That spear on Carlito, dude. Oh
That's
my God.
the spear on ISO Speed, the freaking Rumble where he literally broke a human in half. It's so cool. It's so cool.
I'm with you. I think they're about to push Braun for bigger things. The Intercontinental title has always kind of been that stepping stone to that stage,
Well,
and has always also been a
when it was used right.
Let's just put it on whoever we want.
When it was used right, it was exactly what you're saying. It was the get ready to be the big guy belt, and then it kind of faded into just another belt. And now I think with Triple H back in control, I think that is exactly what the IC belt is going to be for, because I think you can gear up Penta for a big run in the future. So
me too.
That's
wild to me that in a fatal 4-way we took the same guy.
That is wild. I wanted to go maybe Dom Mysterio just for the memes, and then just sit there and say, well, you could maybe build up. Maybe you could go Dirty Dom versus Penta at SummerSlam, but I think Penta here is going to be better. So, a match you're looking forward to, you've already said it, the Sin City Street Fight, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
Listen, anytime you got to put the name of the city you're in the match, that's lazy booking, man. But these two in a street fight, I'm in.
They're gonna kill each other.
They're gonna kill each other. They should have made this like a last man standing match, or not quit match.
That. Yeah.
But and I go back and forth a lot on this one too. But I think Drew McIntyre is going to beat the living piss out of Damian Priest.
I think so too. I'm with you on this one. I'm going Drew McIntyre as well. I'm going to disagree with your take a little bit of hey, they're in Chicago. Let's call it a Chicago street fight. Here's
a Punjabi prison match.
Yeah, here's why. I don't know how much TNA you watched, but there's back in the day, TNA had a guy named Shark Boy, and he did a rip-off Stone Cold gimmick. And so him and Curry Man, who was just Christopher Daniels under a mask, wrestled the Dudleys in a fish market street fight because because of Shark Boy, and they hit each other with dead fish, and I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Was it in Seattle? Was it like at Pike's Place?
I can't remember where it was. It was not in the Impact Zone in Orlando, so it had to be hilarious. It was hilarious. I love the somewhat gimmicky.
See, it's good as a comedy bit. It's not good as a Sin City street fight. Get out of here, man! Come on.
As long as somebody better hit somebody with a slot machine in this match, or I'm going to get mad.
Yeah, exactly. What props are you going to use to make this as serious as you want it to come across?
They won't hit each other with a stripper pole
or a stripper.
Maybe
anything's possible. One of those white tigers.
Maybe the Godfather's in town. He can drive a train in there.
Maybe the Athletics are in town.
Oh no!
Sorry, podcast.
All right. Last two matches on the card, very intriguing triple threat here for the women's title. This is going to be an absolute barn burner. I'm excited for this one. Io Sky defending against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Yikes.
They're going to put the belt back on Rhea, dude.
You think?
Yeah.
This
one is not near as intriguing to me as some.
Really? Yeah. I thought the story's been good. You know what? I'm gonna change my pick because I went Rhea, but you also are going Rhea, so I want to be different a little bit here. I'm gonna pitch something to you here. I'm gonna go Io Sky to retain.
Wow.
Here's why: fans love Io.
Yes.
And I'll tell you who else loves Io: Paul Levesque.
Yes.
AKA Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He loves Io Sky. And I think that this is an opportunity for them to see if they can make another megastar in that women's division. So I'm going to pitch that for Io Sky to win the belt here, or to keep the belt here. Over Bianca, over Rhea, because both of them have had their WrestleMania moments anyway. Give Io one here, because my prediction for the main event here is going to be very somber.
Well, I think you're right in the sense that they needed not need, that might be the wrong word, but they could afford to push a new female in that division.
Agree.
With Charlotte being out as long as she's been out, Becky Lynch, Who's the face of the women's division right now?
It's Rhea Ripley.
It's Rhea Ripley.
So I mean, Rhea needs somebody else too. So
But
I mean,
you're right. They need a way to keep it going.
mm-hmm. Yep. All right, we've put it off long enough. Let's wrap
Here we go.
this predictions up here. The match that everybody that is tuning in on night 1 or night 2 is looking forward to the most. For the first time in 20 years, we are going to see heel John Cena in a match against Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. I'm going to let you take it first because I know we've disagreed on this a
Cody
lot.
Rhodes.
Something, Cody
Listen, here's
Rhodes.
what I know for sure. I think we're going to hear the glass shatter.
What?
Uh-huh.
No, I'm just going to let you finish and then I'm going to debunk you.
Well, what I've learned as recently as today is that one Stone Cold Steve Austin resides in Las Vegas. So he doesn't even have to travel. On a podcast like a year, last WrestleMania when they did The Rock and Taker and all the stuff, Stone Cold said on his own podcast, in his own words, unprompted, Cody, if you need me again, I'll be there. All I'm saying is I think the glass shatters. The question is, does the glass shatter before the bell rings? Because what I can see is Dwayne and his buddies coming out to make sure Cena wins, and then the glass shattering to kind of change the momentum there. But if the glass shatters before the match ends, then there's no way they're letting Cena have it. I just feel like if they're going to give Cena 17, this is the chance to do it. I don't see another route to that right now. So I think it is Cena, but I do think the glass shatters after the fact, and that's kind of how they send us home.
Here's the thing. So you are picking Cena?
I hate everything about heel John Cena.
Stop it.
To me, being a heel is about being believable, and he's just not.
Stop it.
This guy that has a different color shirt for every single, wherever he wrestles, the city name is on there, even as a heel. Like, he's not doing heel stuff. The guy that sold out arenas for 2 decades and now is talking about how the fans have always hated me. Nobody buys it, man. But they're going to do it.
I buy it. I think it's fantastic. And here's why. I've been in the trenches with John Cena as a child, seeing him go through the slog of becoming Super Cena and just always.
Yeah, it was so tough for him to just be at the top of the wrestling business for 2 decades.
And just the slog, and then just waiting for it. Like, just do it. Just turn him heel. And then he goes and he becomes Big Match John. He's the attraction, for at least a good stretch from probably about 2014 to when he did his first big retirement, kind of where he first went away. You knew when John Cena was going down to the ring, you were about to get a 4 to 5 star classic. And it was going to be epic.
The single best thing that John Cena can contribute to this company in 2025 is when he actually retires.
No. Wrong.
I said it.
I'm telling you, you're wrong. And here's why. I think that the fans have wanted this for so long, and I think the way they've gone about it is really the only angle that they could have gone about it. And I think that it's working perfectly fine. To turn the back on the fans, to tell the fans that it's me on that track that's singing the song, not you. Don't sit there and tell me that I suck, because I don't suck.
It worked for Hogan and it worked for Dwayne. I don't think it works for this one, man. I don't buy it.
Maybe it's because he hasn't done it in 20 years and Rock and Hogan did it.
Rock started he's 74 years old and has a bald spot coming in.
That's true. But here's the thing. 2 things are for certain here. Okay, number one, Cena's going to win a world title at some point this year because WWE wants to be WWE and take the record off of Flair.
The last couple of years have been the era of, Roman's big run, and then you had the big run with the IC title. Like, this is going to be what they do, unfortunately.
They're going.
To me, this isn't even the main event because everybody already knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, well,
it's just a matter of how they get there.
Yeah. So I mean, and here's the thing: I could see the glass shatter.
The glass is shattering, dude.
But here's the thing. At some point, Cena's going over. It's just, when does he want to give his win back to Cody, or who does he want to give it back to? I don't know. I know for a fact that he's definitely beaten the record because that's just how WWE operates, and they want to take it off of
Yes.
Flair because Flair didn't win all of his titles in WWE.
Well,
he only had the one.
and Flair doesn't have the squeaky clean reputation outside the ring that John Cena does.
And I think that the way they've been doing this is that he's been doing it in the way that he's getting enough heat to where it's believable to the majority of the fans. He's not going to please everybody like
He
you.
ain't pleased me.
But I do think they can still do it with the reputation of he's still John Cena. And I think them doing it with The Rock, because The Rock's heel turn last year was untouched. It was so good. I think with The Rock, if The Rock would have been present a little more in the storyline, I think you would have bought it a little more because the turn at Elimination Chamber, you can't deny that was jaw-dropping.
Oh, it was Swerve Central, of course.
Oh my God, it was so
that
good.
was before Cena got on the mic, though. Cena on the mic as a heel has not blown me away.
Really? I thought it's been good. I thought him and Cody's promo at the end there. Oh, I thought
it's gotten better. I'll give him that.
It was good. Well, I think the problem was too is that they let Cena talk, and then Cena didn't say shit, and then Cody came out and got his bit in, and then they kept Cody strong.
But I think that there's like on Twitter following this has been a lot of like the people that have loved John Cena forever. Oh, Cena cooked him, and the people that have hated Cena forever. Oh, Cody cooked him.
Yeah.
Like personally, I don't think either one of them were that good in that particular promo, but that was the best one they've done because that was the first time they've been in the ring together.
I know. And see, here's the thing too, is that like Roman has cemented himself as like the next big WWE guy. And I think it's because he got that heel run and Cena never got it. And so I think that's the issue that I think a lot of fans that I'm seeing are having with this Cena of not wanting to believe it because they didn't get that chance to see Cena as a heel when he was still peak Cena. I think that's your issue. So I see where you're coming from, but
I just know how this is going to end. Dwayne's going to get involved.
Oh yeah,
whoever else is going to get involved. It's just
not
dumb.
It's not billed as a no DQ or a bloodline match. Is like ridiculous.
I bet it will be before the match starts.
It probably will be. Again, we're recording before Friday Night SmackDown goes the go home SmackDown. So I'm going Cena. So recap us on our night 2. I think heel John Cena has been fantastic. I think
I'm
he
going
wins
Cena. And to piggyback off of something that you said earlier, I'll tell you who I think is taking it off of him.
Who?
Braun Breaker.
There we go.
How's that for a take?
Dude, I love that shit. That'd be
Night
awesome.
2, we both took Liv and Raquel to retain the women's tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
I regretfully took Logan Paul. You took AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
We both took Penta in the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way. We both took Drew to beat the living crap out of Damian Priest because he's going to. In the women's world title match, I took Rhea Ripley. You took Sky. I think that makes a lot of sense too. And then, of course, in the most overrated main event of WrestleMania of all time, we both took the most predictable finish of all time, and John Cena getting his 17th championship.
I can't believe you hate this so much.
It's so bad.
No, it's not. Hush it.
Roman and Punk and Rollins is believable because they hate each other. They can sell that they actually hate each other. Cena hates the fans? That's worse acting than the Marine.
Marine wasn't that bad.
It was not good.
It wasn't that bad. It was one of his better direct-to-DVD movies.
No.
At least he didn't star in like the Marine 4 like Ted DiBiase Jr.
All right. I want a graphic up on Twitter so that I can call you out on your bad picks.
Okay.
And for the record, I hope that Cody wins it.
Okay. I'd let the record be known to all of our wrestling
Cody has
fans.
carried the belt. Cody has carried the belt and the weight of being the face of the business like very few dudes before him have done. He is what John Cena was 15 years ago.
He's very good. He's
just not quite as unbeatable as they made John Cena.
Yeah.
And he's better with the dudes in the back.
I'd agree with that too. So
everybody loves him, and that's why they'll drop the title.
Yep. I think he could get it back. I like your Braun Breaker take. Braun Breaker's winning a world title by the end of 2025. I just know he is. That'll wrap us up, though. I hope everybody who stumbles across this that are wrestling fans like me and Jordan are enjoys this. Enjoy your WrestleMania week. There's so much wrestling to consume over the next few days with NXT Stand and Deliver, with WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2, the Raw after Mania, the SmackDown after Mania. There's so much stuff that's about to happen. So this is the Masters week for wrestling fans. This is the Super Bowl for wrestling fans. So me and Jordan, being wrestling fans, wanted to talk about it. But if you want to help us out, you want to help this podcast out, follow Press Box After Dark on Spotify and YouTube. Again, this is at Press Box After Dark. Give us a follow, subscribe to us, and then you can also check us out on Twitter. We'll try to be tweeting some stuff about WrestleMania, even though it is Easter weekend. I'll try to get on there and live tweet some stuff if I can. And that's on Twitter at PressBoxAD. And then in our Twitter bio, you can find our website, PressBoxAfterDark.com, where we post weekly blogs about sports. And actually, we also cover reality TV with Survivor as well. So check us out, PressBoxAfterDark.com, PressBoxAD on Twitter. Jordan, do you have any closing words here before we wrap up a WrestleMania
John Cena
preview?
sucks.
John Cena sucks.
You get it.
John Cena sucks. All right. That's it. I'm out.
Repo Man.